Hello and welcome to AdaPulse, the channel that brings you all the news and all the proposals that are in and around the Cardano ecosystem. I appreciate it's been a couple of weeks or a few weeks since our last video. I have had COVID. I turned 40, I got hit with a stomach virus. I know I appreciate too much information. You don't need to know how old I am. But I've also been focusing on some musical projects as well. But we're on the talking catalyst today. So we're on round Fund8. So it's Fund8 proposals. And we're going to be talking about a platform as a service for NFTs. So that's PaaS. This is an article by LIBERLION and it can be found on our website as usual. So do go and check that out as well. And then now we're going to kick straight off. Got a brand new spanking intro, so check that out too. Let's go. Man, that intro does kick ass. So, right, we're talking about non-fungible tokens, so NFTs, which are a special type of cryptographic token that represents something unique. So unlike cryptocurrencies, which are fungible, let's say FTs, fungible tokens like Bitcoin, ADA, whatever, NFTs are unique and indivisible. But they're transferable just like any other tokens. And I think I've mentioned before, there's loads of practical uses for NFTs. But today, most of them are sort of for games or digital collectibles. Like, due to their rarity or uniqueness, they can become quite valuable to the owner. The most common current use of NFTs is collectibles. So digital art cards, for example, with a famous sports person or musician, and they come in limited existence and with unique digital markings. And Snoop Dogg has even announced his collaboration with Claymate, so there's that series of NFTs coming out as well. But NFTs are essentially digital objects that contain metadata, tagged bits of information, essentially. In the case of visual art NFTs, the image is an essential piece and is part of the metadata. So from March 21, when the feature to mint native tokens was enabled, so that was the hard fork Mary, over more than 4 million tokens have been minted on the Cardano blockchain. Cardano supports user-defined NFTs natively, so without the need of smart contracts, as is required on Ethereum. So that's why it's so cheap. The use of metadata in Cardano is another substantial difference from other blockchains as well. Metadata is a description of native assets that are stored using identifiers that are not readable. The readable versions of this information, the image, let's say, or the music, can be in any format. So it's a JPEG, WebP, a GIF, you name it. But it's stored outside of the blockchain. It's not stored on the Cardano blockchain. And as it can be hosted on decentralized or decentralized systems. So there's no restrictions as to what can be part of the metadata. So, however, in the Cardano ecosystem, SIP 0025 sets the standard for how metadata should be structured and what should be contained as a minimum kind of thing. So this includes a name and image that is attributed to the NFT. Hosting services can be IPFS, so interplanetary file system, or Airweave, accessing the information through unique asset identifier, the hash ID. I do keep mentioning the hash ID. I will explain it properly to you guys one day. But both the technologies run on the principle of decentralized storage, so i.e. not controlled by an individual or group. And its persistence, so it cannot be deleted. However, web storage now is also an accepted solution it's centralized, so which is controlled by an individual or group, and is temporary, so it remains available only until the host decides they want it gone. So NFT image file size can be large, averaging around 4.7 meg each. This requires a substantial amount of bandwidth when viewing multiple NFTs. So there's a cost to cover to the service provider to deliver this content and a cost to the end user when viewing this content using like mobile data or whatever. Additionally, serving NFT image files efficiently requires a content delivery network, or CDN, to ensure availability and fast delivery around the world. So a CDN is a group of servers strategically located around the world to provide the end users with fast cache, so that's temporarily stored, file from the nearest point of presence, or POP. An NFT content service provider, CSP, it's starting to sound like an area code song by Ludacris. CSP, NFT, CDN, POP. But anyway, a CSP can pay up to several thousands of dollars per month. And this is why cost optimization is necessary to run a substantial business model in the Cardano ecosystem. While it is true that free CDN and image optimization services may exist, there are inherent limitations on bandwidth consumptions within those pricing plans, severely restricting the scale of projects using such solutions. So there is also a cost to end users viewing the NFT's images, particularly those using mobile data, for example. The cost burden of deploying, monitoring, and maintaining adequate infrastructure that delivers high-quality CDN performance will have a significant impact on both the CapEx and the OpEx. This takes crucial time away from companies and app developers as well, delaying their time to market because they should be focusing on activities around their product. The proposal. Let's pause and look at that image for a second. That was by Smaug, but we'll get more about that later. So yeah, the proposal. The team proposes a high-speed content delivery service and optimization of NFT at competitive rates according to the current market prices. A platform as a service, or PaaS, so big P, small a's, big S, solution that benefits wallet developers, NFT marketplaces, dApp and application developers and end users with capabilities such as, we'll get a graphic in on this, infrastructureless, no-code and easy-to-use API query for NFT image content delivery that can be optimized within IMG HTML tags on any website or app. On-demand rescaling or resizing of IPS, Arweave and web HTTPS hosted image files. Automatic image format optimization while maintaining image quality. Image caching for faster delivery for our worldwide content delivery network. CDN. Worldwide CDN that has geographically targeted points of presence, so POP, to deliver NFT content at high speed to end users through distributed caching. Additional value adds outputs such as full NFT metadata. Now, the service will deliver the following benefits to existing content service providers, new dApp developers, and end users. So let's get another graphic spinning up. It will reduce operating expenses by virtue of competitive pricing. It will reduce computational load by eliminating duplicate efforts among content service providers in rescaling and optimization at each NFT. It will reduce capital expenditures by outsourcing your infrastructure development and operational needs. It will improve speed, marketing of a service product that you need to or intend to use on Cardano NFT. It will allow developers to focus on value-added activities for their product offerings. It will reduce resources and operational burden, a team or organization. It will give end users the experience that they will love and enjoy, making Cardano a thriving ecosystem. And there are potential future features that support the proprietary media of the SIP25, such as video files, audio files, 3D files, HTML files, whatever. But also a safe to open model for NFT with HTML files, optimization of video and audio files, and SIP35 media metadata support. That's the on-chain token metadata standard. The roadmap. So they will start the purchase of infrastructure, and the configuration of the infrastructure. Cardano NFT metadata capture system architecture design and development of NFT metadata capture system and development of URL resolution. So check out this illustration that details their roadmap. Yes, Smaug loves his illustrations. So take a look at month 1. That's prototype completed. So that's the initial system and performance monitoring for 4 weeks, comparison to benchmarks, backlog of issues generated, beta testing partners secured with intent to support. Then we go on to month 2, testing and monitoring completed. So that's all the scrums kicked off to troubleshoot issues, and they're all identified. And all their performance is optimized for best-in-class performance, and security countermeasures would have been integrated. Customer API query design with authorization controls. Initial security tests will also be completed. Then we go on to month 3, optimizations completed. So that's the service test suite created to stress test infrastructure, systems and processes, monitoring of the metrics, beta testing phase with onboard partners begins, any outstanding issues logged and they've been actioned, initial engagements with prospective customers then begin. Then we go on to month 4, partner onboarding and beta testing completed. So that's website stack design works, they commence. The website authentication module works commence. Website subscription plan model works commence. Website customer account page commence. Website, incremental deployment pipeline commence. And documentation and guidance has been created. Then also you got the prospective customers invited to begin pre-release testing of the website and service. Then we go on to month 5, website MVP completed, service level agreements created and ratified, pricing release, and customers engaged to sign up for NFT content delivery as a service. Then we go on to month 6, service finishing touches applied. So that's your business plan for year 1 to 5 created. Roadmap creation for release train 2 begins and service provision begins. Now, compliance risks exist. A technical risk referring to peering issues, that's connectivity to speed and limitations, with large centralized IPFS providers. So there's also a business risk for CDN performance that must match or exceed existing CDN service providers in the respective POPs. And lastly, there is a risk of delaying the project due to carrying out a stress test on the platform during a test phase. The team proposes weekly project management reports to be posted on a public website. And those of you who know Smaug know that he loves his reports. Anyway, let's talk about the budget. The budget. So the origin server infrastructures, over $1,000. Back-end infrastructure server infrastructure, $1,700. IPFS cluster is $2,200. Content delivery network is like over $6,000. So the front-end infrastructure is $100. Development work altogether is around $35,000. And so the management and commercial work's another $29,000. So the total funds that are requesting are $76,886. The team. So who is the team? So the team is made up of just 2 people, but first one of those people is Smaug. Now Smaug is the owner of Smaug Stake Pool for a start. Probably one of the most well-respected stake pool owners in the whole of Cardano. Everyone knows Smaug. He's the creator of Pool.pm, which is a great tool for you to look at your NFTs and how your pool's performing and see all the blocks and things like that in such a really sort of nice way. I use it all the time. In fact, you see all the cutaway images, they're all Smaug. And, when SundaySwap did their vote, Smaug actually did his own report. And guess what? SundaySwap then invited him to authenticate the vote because he did such a good job. So the guy, he really is a true legend. He's also the co-author of the SIP25 NFT metadata standard. I mean, he actually taught me how to make NFTs, and that's how I made the first music NFTs. I should also add, we don't know who he is, really. I don't know who he is, and I've dealt with him loads since the beginning. He helped me at the very beginning, as many others did. But he claims, so, let's believe him, it's Smaug, that he's a blockchain dev, a full stack dev, network and security engineer. He says he's got more than 18 years of experience as a technical leader. He is a specialist in the embedded and high availability systems industry, so that's aeronautics, like unmanned aerial vehicles, automotive network protocols, in the role of senior technical leader. So he currently tells us that he works as an executive level SaaS consultant for 4 years. So that's across multiple domains in the industry with a focus on blockchain platforms, specifically on Cardano. But like I said, just a true legend. We all use his tools. When Smaug says so, it is so. And then we have Rocky, the project manager. So, I mean, he must be pretty good if he's working with Smaug, right? We all trust Smaug. So, Rocky is the owner and creator of blockchainart.works. He tells us that he has experience managing high-performance project teams and in strategy development, execution, and operational delivery in a variety of disciplines. including data science, advanced analytics, robotic processes, automation, and change management, business process outsourcing, ERP integration, database migration, target operating model design, procurement and supply chain design, and advanced manufacturing. I mean, shit, that's just with 2 people. So yeah, it's a great team. But that brings us to the end of this episode. So I hope you enjoyed it. Been really good to be back. I have missed it, so I'm glad I'm back. I'm back on camera, getting all the attention. Do like, share, subscribe, and hit that bell notification. We want to hear those comments, see those comments. We want to interact with you guys. So if you've got anything to say about anything, add it below. We want to hear it. You can also further support us by delegating your ADA to either Swag, Zod, or ATM. So ATM probably needs it most, so probably delegate it to ATM. So I'm Josh from ATM Stake Pool, and that's enough for today, and I'll see you next time. Thank you. Bye-bye.